GingerGM.
Hi everyone, and welcome to some more crazy Blitz Sunday action. And I'm going to try to get my rating to 2550, so wish me luck. First of all, I want to tell you about a very special deal, offer, sale going on at this moment, which is only going to be around for a very limited portion of time. And I need to sell things occasionally, so this is a great way to support me in order to keep doing these free videos for you. You may notice my YouTube has been a little bit slower. It's just because I've needed to make some money and trying things out. But this would be a great way to help me to buy the course above. And it's a great course. I really do think it will help you. And it's a tremendous price. For a very limited time, it's 50% off for the next day or so. You can see the link is at the top of the video. I'll also put it in the description. So do click on it. If you want to support me, do buy this course. It's 15 hours of basically my spicy opening repertoire range. Now it is the opening repertoire range I did for chess.com, and I'll just show you what is involved with these 15 hours, but you are now able to download it, which you weren't able to do on chess.com. It includes basically lots of openings, lots of crazy openings and solid openings, but basically all the openings I've been interested in, very quickly, very sharp. The videos are very catchy, very quick, and I really think it will give you that little boost to your next level of opening play, give you some great ideas. And it's only $35 for 15 hours is a good price. Now let me just quickly, again, before I get on to playing, I have to do this. I've got to sell things to keep myself going. Let me just show you the web page here, where we can, there is the timer, and I'll just show you what it's got in it. So this is basically, we can see the contents page here, and again, if you click on the link, you will also be able to see the contents yourself. But you can see here everything that's included. So it's got loads of my wacky openings, and here they're all down, so you can have a quick look at them all. So we've got the Hillbilly Attack, Monkey's Bum, we even got the Budapest Gambit, one of my first ever videos I did. And then you've got other openings, so you've got Dutch, this is a very, should we say, very straightforward approach to the Dutch. I'll try to condense it, so if you don't have time to watch my Dutch DVD, this will teach you it. The French defence is there, even the King's Indian defence, some great ideas there. We have the English defence, and there's just loads of stuff there, loads of stuff you can get for your 15 hours, and should I say, for the great price of $35. Okay, enough of that speech. I had to mention it, so I will leave that lingering there. Let's play some chess. Let's take some people down. Now, if I do get to 2550, that'll be cool as what is it? Cool as F. So I'm just searching a game now. Also, one more announcement. I am playing a rivals match against Niklas Husenbach, and that is going to be played later, 7 o'clock my time this evening. So I'll be streaming that one. So I hope to see a lot of you there. It'll be a lot of fun, one way or the other. Okay, into a game. Now, a lot of people have asked me, what do you do against the London system when you play the Dutch? This is one of the most common answers. So I'm going to try to show you the system I play. And I had this actually in my last proper game. Now, I think if you've heard this before, I don't like going g6 in this position because h4 is a very good move. But my idea is to go now g6 here, because now h4 can be met by h6, and there's no knight e5. And this setup, I think, in my opinion, is one of the best setups you can play against the London system. I'm going to try to go for e5 and g5. Now, a very important maneuver is often bringing this knight around to f7. That is something well worth remembering. But my opponent here has played it a little bit differently. He's playing for e4. And I'm going to probably now play e5 immediately, because I'm going to gain a very useful tempo against his bishop. And this is the kind of thing which I think should be absolutely fine for black. Now, obviously, I have to watch out for the knight coming in here. So I'm wondering, do I just sidestep that with my queen? I think I'm going to have to play this at some point, so I don't move into a pin. And I want to play h6. I mean, maybe now I'm even going to go knight e8, because I don't want him to trade off my knight here. And this, okay, maybe gives me an idea of f4 and h6 potentially. This would be the plan I'd love to play, f4. Also, I've got potential access to the d4 square, so I'm thinking what piece of his is defending that? His knight. So I'd love to go f4, swap off his knight, because then my knight could sit there happily. Okay, so my opponent now trying to come the other way with his bishop, so I'm naturally going to stop my opponent's plans. Rule number 1 in chess: look at your opponent's last move, see what they're trying to do. Oh, I nearly lost my queen there. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's a bit nasty, but I think I luckily have queen d7. So I saw some of my opponent's ideas, but not all of them. But I think I'm going to be alright. If I can just sort of, you know, just suck it. That doesn't sound good. Suck in the pressure. If I can just suck in my opponent's pressure in this position, then I should have a good position. I mean, I really should. So he wants to go here and bishop c4. This would be normal. So should we go with this one? Bishop g4 is my idea. I want to get control of this square, and my opponent fighting for that. So okay, well, I'm happily going to double his pawns. And now I just want to get out of the way of any bishop on this diagonal. I mean, he probably should sacrifice this pawn. Okay, now next part of my stage is to kick that knight away, or even put my pawn on c5, because, okay, I'm quite happy to do that. I know his knight is excellent, but on the plus side of this, his bishop's now become very bad. So I'm still thinking about getting a knight here, so I want to put one knight on this square and the other knight on c6, but I think it's probably time I just shut up and play. Okay, my opponent stopped that, so sod it, let's attack him. You know, if in doubt, let's just try that. Let's just bring the pieces over and mate him. None of this positional stuff anymore. But I mean, I think this is quite nice. I mean, yes, he's got one fantastic piece, but that won't matter when I put it in his bottom and checkmate him. Now, rook swing would be lovely as well. He is getting a bit of play, isn't he? I'd love to get my rook over here, but his knight does do the job of stopping that. Do I throw my knight in? A little bit annoying, because I need to get my rook to this square. Okay, well, I'm probably going to have to get rid of that knight, and he seems to get actually a little bit of pressure on the queen side now. Maybe I should have gone knight b7. That was a better move. Why didn't I go knight b7? I mean, I don't think, if he goes a5, I don't think I'm going to go d3 and grab his rook. It's a bit materialistic, that. I mean, I like my bishop, actually. I'd rather keep this bishop. But what I should have done, I should have gone knight b7 to try hold up all of his play. Okay, he's given me another chance to play that, which is very nice of him. Because if I can get my knight to this square, he can't do anything. And then I can do the little... one of my favourite manoeuvres, as you may well know if you see my games, is the rook swing. I think this is a little bit negative of my opponent to have played that. Okay, so we're going to go for the rook swing. Is my opponent... Maybe my opponent was going to try e5 with some sacrifice, opening his bishop, so I don't want to allow that. So, trying to stop his play. And now... very blocked position, so how do we break through? Do we go for the triple rook swing? That could be a bit of a laugh, couldn't it? Okay, you can't go rook here because of this pawn. I'm going to go for the triple rook swing. So, God, this would be a first. And we'll get the other rook there. Let's just have a look. It looks like fun. Oh, what's he doing now? Oh, shit. That was a bit annoying. Very annoying, Simon. You shouldn't have allowed that one, should you? Okay, now change of plans. That was silly. I shouldn't have allowed... Okay, shut up and play, Williams. Okay, who cares about the position now? It's all on the clock. Still got a good position, I feel, here. The extra pawn is useless. Still very blocked. Now I've got to break. Well, silly man. Break. I want to break free. Oh, he blocked with his queen. That was unexpected. I thought he'd blocked with his rook there. That was very unexpected. Go away. Stay away. Stay away. something in the dirt. Stay away. Okay, this should be good. Okay, you can keep checking me as much as you like, but you're not gonna go down like that. There we go. First game on the way to 2,500. I think that was all right. I was always doing okay there, wasn't I? I was always doing a little bit of all right. I think it was always quite spicy. At the end, he just went mental. I think actually, it's quite funny. I'm getting a lot quicker nowadays. I brought this new mouse, and I tell you what, if you want some advice about buying a gaming mouse, originally I brought this like £100 mouse, which I saw and I thought, oh, it's £100. It must be a good mouse. It was a big chunky thing, loads of keys. The worst mouse I've ever had in my life. It was probably over £100. Can you Adam and Eve it? And I thought, okay, why spend £100? And I got this mouse for about 20 quid. Still quite a lot, I suppose, but 20 quid for a mouse, and it's absolutely excellent. It's such a good mouse. Good mouse. It really is, and it's so much better than the 120 quid one. It just proves you money doesn't get you the things, the big mouse, the good mouse. Okay, so what's happening here? We've got another Dutch. It's a day of the Dutch. But of course, my 15-hour course will tell you a lot more about the Dutch if you go and buy it. If you want to support me, I know I'm giving you a bit of a sales pitch, but it's got to be done. And for 15 hours for that price, you can download it, and it's also just a great way to support me by buying my courses, and you get something in return, which I think is cool. Okay, so what are we doing here now? Is that a funky little move? Well, it is a funky little move, but how about we allow him to double our pawns just for the crack, I probably told you this story before, but crack is quite a terminology in Ireland, and quite a funny story. I was actually one of my first ever girlfriends was an Irish girl, and basically when I was seeing her, she would say, right, I'm gonna go out for the crack today. I'm gonna have some good crack today. And I was like, fucking hell, I was like, bloody hell, this is, God, I can't believe I've got together with a bloody crackhead. I thought, oh God, she's going to go out and do some crack. And I was like, wow, this is this is a bit heavy for me. And I only realised, a while later, that when Irish people say they're going out for the crack, they don't actually mean they're going to get their crack pipe out and start puffing on the crack pipe. They actually mean they're going out for a bit of a larf. So anyway, that was quite funny, little thing. But we're gonna go for the crack here. We're going for the crack here. Okay, so if I take with a pawn, he's getting his queen in. So if I take with the queen, he's gonna try to get the queen off. But how do I stop him getting his queen in? That's a bit annoying. Rook takes, queen comes in. Oh, do I have to allow the exchange? I really don't want to allow the exchange of queens. Queen g4 is really annoying. It's always horrible when they see it as well. Well, I think I have to. I can't see any way to do it. Now, at least I can maybe get some play with the f3 square. Maybe I can try to get my rook in to that square. As you can see, I've sacked a pawn. Sacked a pawn, as the Grandmaster says. If a Grandmaster loses a pawn, it's always a sack. If an amateur player loses a pawn, it's a blunder. So I have sacked a pawn. I have sacked it, of course, because I'm a Grandmaster. Okay, now, am I just bluffing here? Is this not a move? Well, I've got check, knight here, takes here. That's another way to play this. Maybe I'll go here, trying to induce a rook b1, because then I've got my knight coming to d2. That could be a good way to play it. I mean, I know, okay, so I have induced that, so at least now I will win the exchange. My opponent has a lot of pawns, so it's not ho diddly hum. Off to work we go, as all the dwarf said. What am I going on about? Who knows? And this should be all right, shouldn't it? Okay, well, I mean, even taking that one's not ridiculous, but it is a rook, so take the goddamn rook, Williams. Okay, and now got an open file. Let's put the rooks on the open file. Or start taking some pawns. Let's take that one. If I can get rid of the A pawn, I'll be very happy, because that is the one pawn which was a bit of a nuisance, because, you know, he had potential to queen that baby, but not once you're taking it. And now my threat is D5, coming in on F2, landing the upper punch. 25-50, I can feel you in my veins. Well, I hope I'm going to play well against Nicholas, the German Grandmaster. Lovely guy, got his own YouTube channel. We'll both be streaming our various points of view, so do come along to my Twitch channel 7 o'clock tonight to watch that. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of action going on, and hopefully I do better than I've done in recent rivals matches against title players, should I say, John Bartholomew. Well, I mean, okay, we're not going to go there again. So, right, now, have I just made this a little bit trickier? Okay, I think I'm going to have to try and get rid of that knight. That knight is annoying. And let's move out of the pin, I feel. I'd love to get my bishop to this square. Okay. It's a little bit trickier, this, than I had imagined, but should still be very good for me. And I'm happy to simplify some bits off. Now, I'm going to try to go for a mate, actually. Why not? Because my opponent's short of time. Let's see if I can get him in some mate net. Well, that was winning, because he can't stop rook c3, checkmate there. Okay, let's get in with another one. 2 out of 2, my words. And Harry is now coming to the party. Okay, now I've played this gambit a couple of times, because I kind of feel I don't like, I mean, I do like Harry, but he, you know, maybe I like him a bit, you know, there's a love-hate relationship with Harry, to be honest. You know, I love giving him up. I love sacrificing poor Harry, because I like getting this open file here. This open file is a lot of fun. You know, give me the open file. Okay, now I'm a bit worried about Queen B6. I'll be honest. And of course he plays it. So I put my bishop here because I wanted to stop him playing h5, and I wanted to tie up his king side. So what is this? I don't mind. I mean, I obviously don't mind sacking a pawn on b2, another pawn, because I should get some active play. It's something like knight here. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, this. So I don't really want to lose my d4 pawn, because that's a nice centralized pawn. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to sack another one. Lose, sack, lose, sack. Okay, whichever way you want to go, you know, up to you. I'm going to have to pretend I've okay, gone for a sack. Now that's annoying. I wanted to get my queen in here, but I can't see how I'm going to do this now. Well, I have to risk it now, because, you know, in certain cases you don't need to play risky chess, but when you're a couple of pawns down, you often need to play more risky. And I think, I mean, I've got to keep the Harry file open. That will always give me some chances. Okay, I'm going to step out of the way of that one. And knight takes knight. I have to take with a knight now, because he's got rook takes c3 otherwise. So again, my move is forced. And he can grab another one. He has grabbed it. Now, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is probably very good for him, especially if he can again get some queen exchange. Queen e3 would be the move I probably most fear here in this position. Okay, well now, if I can ever get my queen over here, happy days. But g4, knight e3. Rook f1. Knight takes here, check. It's not going to be working, is it? Okay, let's do a normal move such as knight here. That does allow the exchange of queens. I get one pawn back. Other moves, rook f1. Worst case, he can move his queen here. This is a little bit annoying, isn't it? Maybe I have to just go for this and get one pawn back, but I don't like it. g4, knight e3 is really annoying, because that blocks me up. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go for this one. This is not looking so good, this game. I'm going to have to allow the exchange of queens. Okay, I mean, I get one pawn back, but I mean, how many pawns am I down? I've lost count. I've lost count. But okay, I have no time either. Okay, right. So I've got one pawn back. Oh, I've got knight G. Oh no, I haven't got knight G5. What the fuck? Oh, there goes my language barrier. Yeah, his queen. I forgot his queen was covering knight G5, so that was annoying. Okay. You got me in that one, but I'm going to get you now. This is my little pet line because I don't like my opponent playing D4. I've had some good games of this. I don't know if I entirely trust it, but the opening that my opponent's playing is actually what Magnus Carlsen has played against the Dutch defence. But I think what my opponent's played here, I find these positions to be very pleasant for black. Yes, he has one square, but I have a very nice hold over the centre with my pawns. My f-pawns are always nice because I can always come at him at the right time. So he gets rid of it. But there's pros and cons to getting rid of that one. Pros and cons are that he now opens up the f-file for me. So let's just put the knight there, shall we? See what happens. Now if he goes here, I'm probably going to whip that one off. Probably. I'll get a little bit of pressure here. Quite happy to see that one. Should we go for my favourite idea? Let's go for my favourite idea. Liel Swinger. Now, do I want to take this one? Or does my knight want to have some more potential? I'm going to keep my knight to come to f4. This is quite risky because his bishop can become very good. But I'm going for checkmate. So it doesn't... If I checkmate him, who cares about pieces or queenside? I mean, we always talk about positional stuff, but at the end of the day, positional stuff doesn't matter if you kill the king. Simple. Checkmate. And that's what I'm going to go for. We're going to go to kill the king. No, he did... this queen g4 proved to be a very annoying move. So can I... if rook here, he's going to take and go queen g4. Then I have some tactics, and even in the ending it could be a little bit tricky. That's an annoying move because he's guarding everything. Well, okay, well we'll go for this one. Let's see how this ends up. Don't like him taking. I'm not worried about him taking here afterwards. If he takes my bishop and takes here, I have rook g5. What if he takes this straight away? Well, then I can take, queen takes, swap the queens off, and go knight f4, threatening checkmate, and threatening his knight on d6. So that's my other idea. So queen g4 it is, yeah, of course he plays it. Now my idea here, a bit risky, is to play this weird move. If he takes my rook, we have an Anastasia checkmate. And by playing the knight in here, I also defend this one. But my rook is on pre, so I don't win a pawn, so I have to move this one back. Okay, it's just a position. Just a position. Just a position. G3 would have been more scary, I feel. And I want to get rid of that knight, so I'm going to prepare d5 by defending this pawn. Let's get rid of that knight. That knight's a pain. And now I'm looking for a pawn break, but I'm going to have to get my rook's not doing anything on the Harry file anymore, so it makes sense to bring it to the center. And a move like g6 is also very logical because it stops his knight from ever jumping in. And I want to play this move now. Don't want to open things up on that area. And I kind of feel maybe even this has helped me somewhat. It's given me some more breaks. Now, do I want to exchange knights? Let's go for b4. Try to get the rook on b8 in the game. Play actively. Active is always good. Okay, so my opponent is trying to stop that. Makes sense. Got an eye on the clock as well. And I'm now just trying to find a way to get my rooks into the position. If I can do that, happy days. So I like it now. I like my position now. I certainly like my position now. But that was a move that is annoying. Now rook here takes, or do I just play it simply? Let's go for this one. So I've got rook b3. It's not so easy though, because I foresee there being a problem with him taking on a7. But if I can get my rook behind that one, maybe not a major problem. So I think I will be able to get my rook behind that pawn in time. Obviously I can, because it's check. And how about we be greedy and keep Harry? Okay, this is probably nice. I don't think he's going to queen my pawn. I hope not, with my rook behind it. That is my... So rook here takes, probably a draw. So if I want to win, I have to play this one. Okay, don't know what he did then. That was very peculiar. Thank you. Wow, okay, it was a little bit tricky for him. It was a little bit tricky. Let's e4 him up now. Okay, come on, Harry. You didn't do the job last time. You're going to do it this time. Get in, get in, get in like Flynn. Now, this is a line I've played a couple of times. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting because if he takes, my bishop has great pressure against that. So he's trying to get the queens off. We don't want to get the queens off, even if I win my pawn back. Let's keep it interesting. Maybe I'll get the queens off now because my rook will, in this case, come to a good position. So this should be a little bit better for me, because if you look at the pawn structure, him missing an f-pawn is really unpleasant because he's got problems on these light squares. So my opponent's played this a little bit too safe. Okay, I mean, I'd rather the queens didn't come off, but you know, we can't always get it all, can we? And if they do come off, well, I mean, again, I could try to keep them on, but I don't see a good way of doing that. So let's bring the knight out, and again, I'm looking to get my knight to g5 at a later moment. I think we will move a bishop here, surely. Is he going to go knight g4? I think I'm going to get... Let's get rid of his dark square bishop, because this is his one good piece. At the same time, it gives me this knight g5 square. I mean, I could have gone bishop e2. Bishop d3 was maybe a better idea, keeping the queens on. But I'm going to wait with a bishop. So let's see. Now, if he goes knight g4, I can very nearly take there, but he's got knight takes. So let's just put it on a good square like this. Now, I'd love to get bishop d3 and queen d2 in. There'd be two moves I would be very happy to see. But again, I like this position because his pawns, to me, they feel a little bit funny, don't they? A little bit funny over here. So my opponent's aiming to swap off the knight before it can get there. And that's a good idea from him. Okay, well, I have to go probably bishop here now. Don't really want to double my pawns. And wow, my position's not fantastic, but it's not crap either. It's just a position. Okay, he's played well. He's played well. Let's give him a bit of credit. He's played well. He's defended the position well. And we're going to get to an endgame stage now. I wanted to move my knight so I could get c3 in, but he has plonked his knight in very quickly there. Before, okay, well, I have to go for this, don't I? I mean, I thought that was a threat in the position, with the idea of going rook takes knight if rook c8, because then I have knight e6 check, and king d2, I'll be a pawn up. So, oh, what happened there? Don't do that move. Thank you. That'd be a really hard move ever to play in the position. But that, okay, so he's gone in and he wants to go back. No? What's he doing? Is he going to move rooks? No, I don't know. I'm trying to work out his idea. Even if I just move my king somewhere like this, what's his idea here? Okay, he's going to play it positionally, is he? Let's see. I think he's going to give up a rook and just say he has positional compensation. Or the other idea, of course, is to go rook c8 and get his material back. King b3? Okay. That rook is doing absolutely F all. So it's coming back into the game. I don't know, I don't really like this anymore. Okay, I'm going to play as active as I can. I know I allow his rook into c2, but I want to get my rooks active as well. So, okay, I'll double first. Why not? Now I have an opportunity to exchange rooks if he comes into c2. Now my bishop would be lovely on another diagonal. So I'm thinking, how can I get my bishop to another diagonal? Not easily. Not easily. I mean, I'd love to get it to this diagonal, but at the moment my bishop's very bad. So I'll do a normal move to gain some space. He is coming in with his knight, but maybe I think his knight was very good on f6. This is a bit of a, I don't know, dare I say an artificial idea. His knight on f6 was very good. I mean, this way, he's still got this check. Okay, I don't care. This way is a little bit more unclear, because I can get my rook at least to this square, but I'm allowing his rook in. Why didn't he get his rook in? Okay, now if I can get my bishop around, it'd be fantastic. So this is what I'm going for. I've got to move quick. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, Simon. My pieces have got better squares. Good. But it might not matter. My rook can't get in. Okay, I'm going to sack a pawn. Oh, Shizer. He does that and traps my rook on a stupid square. How am I going to get that rook out? What have you done to yourself, rook? Okay, you can swap off now. Okay. But still, I don't like this ending. Don't like this ending. My bishop is a terrible piece. Absolutely terrible. Ten seconds. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he was a little bit better there at the end, but it probably was a draw. I probably had enough to hold on to that situation. Okay, so he's gone for his b4 stuff again. Interesting way to play. Gelfand plays something very similar to this against me. Now, I think it makes sense to put my bishop onto a square opposing his bishop. Now, I went for an early a-pawn push before. Let's try a different plan. Let's try and force through some e5 move here. Or I could just try to hold on to this knight by getting it defended safely. Let's do this. I'm gonna leave my pawns alone over here. I mean, I quite like one idea of throwing this pawn up the board. I've quite liked. It's given me quite a lot of, you know, nice play in the past. And my opponent is just trying to swap things off, which is a bit boring. But I think I have to oblige and get my e5 in. It's a general rule, whenever you play e5, white should always take on e5, because having the open d file generally benefits white in these kind of positions. Let's keep the queens on and finish my development, and now I'm happy. Now I'm quite happy here. This is the kind of position, you know, I've played so many times, and I generally quite like these positions for black. I mean, I don't know if black's necessarily better, but I think they're quite. I like these pawns. This is what I like. I like these pawns. You know, I always enjoy playing with these pawns. G5. Okay, if he's going to play a move which doesn't do anything, I might as well improve my position. Kind of feel pushing on the king side does. The other move I was thinking of was Queen F7, just to force the exchange of bishops off the board. But at the moment, as my opponent is not proving he has a plan, I'm quite happy to gain space on the king side. Maybe with a pawn coming to h3 would be very nice. So get pawn to h3, his king is trapped. Now his last move is giving me control of the open file, but he's trying to just swap everything off. God, bloody hell. Have some kind of... Don't try to swap them all off. Now, he only has one entrance square, so let's take that away. Take that. I mean, I think I'm a little bit better here. I mean, there's a couple of reasons I think I'm a little bit better. I feel... Well, his pawns are on dark squares, so if I can swap the queens off, I have a very good bishop ending, because my bishop can attack every single one of his pawns, because they're all on dark squares. So I think swapping queens off seems quite logical. So I'm going to go for that with queen d7. So this seems like the right way. Rather than swapping bishops off with e4, let's try to keep the bishops on and prove this ending is going to try to prove this ending is going to be better for me, because I have these pawns and somehow I should be able to attack his pawns. So I think the queen exchange is the right way to go. I could have come in with a check as well, thinking about it, but I just want to keep things very simple. And now, okay, my queen wants to come to d5. My opponent did not like that ending, but I need to defend f5 first. Is my opponent going to try something with e4? That would be, yeah, that's a good move. Shouldn't have allowed that one. Okay, this is the only logical continuation. But now he can never get his queen in easily because he's more weak on the back rank here. But things have got a little bit murky. I mean, for example, e5 is certainly something which scares me. Bishop takes e5, queen in here, check. That is something which he's found it as well. So I didn't really want it to get this murky. I didn't need to allow this level of murkiness, I feel. And okay, yeah, I didn't want his queen to come into the position. And I might have to now. I mean, okay, I've always got my queen in, so can I play for a win though? This is the thing. So if I go king here, can I go king there? Check. Can't win that one. King e7, he gets a draw, check. Well, this is maybe my best chance to also lose as well. Okay, well I can't go there because b5 wins my queen. I have to go back. And it's probably looking like a draw now, unfortunately. I can't. I mean, I can try king. Okay, my last chance to try king here and queen e8 to avoid a draw. This is my last chance. And actually my queen on e8 is quite good because it defends h5. So okay, so I've managed to find a way to play on. And now let's just make sure his king is always trapped, so f3. Because now if I ever get my queen in the position, this should be very good. He wants to go e6. Very passive here. Very, very passive. Oh, I've got, okay, I'm gonna bide a little bit of time and to try to get my queen in. And this is because I put the bishop here to stop the checks. Stop the checks, and that is gonna be very good for me now. He can't check me. This should now be all over, and it is. Get in there, that 25-50. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, let's go back to this one. Let's go back to it. Now, I'm not going to go for the... I'm not going to give up poor Harry straight away now. I'm going to prepare him a little bit first. So, I'm going to go into a variation from the London system now. This is actually a variation you get in the London system where you kind of wait with this move. You just wait. Okie doke. Now, if I go here and he takes my pawn, knight a4 wins his queen. So that would be very nice. So we can't take that pawn. So let's develop. And if he castles, I'm going to be very tempted to push Harry then. Very tempted. I'm thinking my knight comes to e2 in some lines. I'd love to castle queenside, but whenever I move my queen up, he may take this pawn. I say may. My knight's not going to come here anymore, is it anyway, because the bishop here. So let's put the knight on e2. Let's do that. Maybe I can go knight g3 and then push Harry. That's a logical way to play. And now I really want to castle queenside because we get a more interesting position. Let's go queen d2. I mean, he can grab a pawn now if he wants, but I'm going to gain some tempo. If he grabs the pawn, then I have to castle kingside. But I'm going to gain, 3 or 4 tempo by doing that. Okay, and now I can castle queensides. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying this is the best way to play, but it gives me the type of position I enjoy. And a great tip for you guys at home is when you're playing, you know, you don't, in order to be a, you know, a top chess player, you don't always have to play the best moves. Much more important is actually to play in a style that suits you. So, you know, sometimes the best moves, they might not really suit your style of play. So in a lot of times you should just play in a style that's true to yourself. If you like aggressive chess, castle opposite sides, even if it's maybe not always entirely the right thing to do. If you like positional chess, don't castle opposite sides. So that's why I'm going for this. Okay, well, I'm very happy now. I'm very happy because I've got first contact in the center. I've put my pieces so they're very well, you know, very nicely positioned. Knight b3, I can kick his queen away, and I have a nice central position now. e5 would be the normal sort of move, but my opponent, he can't castle because h6 is on pre. I don't want to drop that bishop. That bishop seems like a very nice piece. I'm going to keep it, and let's now see if there's a way I can punish him for leaving his king here. Is there a way? Well, I think we have to go d5. Whoa, nearly fell off my chair. And okay. So, like it. That's a nice move from my opponent, but I'm not going to play ball. I mean, I could have taken it, but I'd never open your opponent's bishop on g7. This is a rule like in the Dragon, in the King's Indian defense. Never try to allow your opponent to go here. So I'm simply going to say, well, so what? Where are you going now, son? Because I am now coming through. And g3 was always my idea. Kick him back to kingdom come, and then land the blow, and off we go. Lovely rhyming there. Just call me Lord Byron. Maybe not. Maybe I can't claim that much poetry. But we're coming in. Okay, now how do we increase it? Let's go d6. Looks nice. And I want my bishop to be here. My opponent hasn't... okay, I could take the queen. But I'm kind of thinking... I don't care about that pawn if I can mate him. Am I being a bit too... I haven't got many pieces near his king, this is the issue. Okay, I'll get rid of that bishop. That's an annoying bishop. Maybe I should have taken his queen there in hindsight. But again, I want to keep the queens on. He's short of time. He's playing very slowly at the moment. Now, how about we play something interesting like this? If he takes on g3, I flick in a rook d2. Don't know. Okay, we have to go rook d2. And now rook here is my idea, with the hope that the more, even though he's won a pawn, the more open lines I get against his king, it doesn't matter. Where's he going to move his knight? He can't move his knight easily. Whoa. His position to me looks like it's creaking now. Rook g6 is surely a threat here. And look at that stupid knight of his. Okay, well I can win a piece, so I'll just do this. Nice and safe. Simplest way to proceed. And that is that. We're getting near 20. Just 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Come on, can we do it? Can I get to 25-50? This mouse has made such a difference, I feel, in my play. Oh my god, this is the last game I'm playing against him. He can go and sod off with a move like that. Bloody exchange French. What is wrong with this guy? Well, let's try to make it interesting. Okay, so he's played a more interesting line. Now, bishop e7 is dubious because it allows him to win a pawn, but this is one way you can make the exchange French interesting by literally gaining quite a lot of tempo. Yes, he can win a pawn somewhere, but you're developing your pieces with ease. Now, the best line white can play here is taking and now queen b3. If he plays that, I have to say, I feel black's compensation is dubious, and he's played it. Because even though he's a lot of tempo down, I don't really have any targets to attack. So he has indeed played the best line. Oh well. How about we try some more nonsense? What about this one? This looks like a laugh. If he takes to the bishop, I'm going to whip off on f3, destroying his pawn structure. And I've got some rook b8s. Okay, so Now I'm going to say, okay. Now I have a little bit of comp for the pawn. Surely a little bit of comp. Look at him, he's moving everything backwards. So let's put my pieces on good squares. The bishop is much better here. And now I want to get a piece here and ideally try to get some attack in like this. But I like this. I've got full compensation now. I must have full compensation. Now the only thing I'm worried about is this a4 move. So I'm going to go here because when he goes a4 I have to go a6. Okay, so now I've got the f4 square. Let's get a piece into f4. The pressure is building for my opponent at the moment. This is a little bit uncomfortable for him. If he goes bishop here, I can go rook takes rook and win a pawn back, as hopefully you will all see with this move. This little tactical blow. And this is what you get for playing the exchange French. You get punished, son. You get punished. I'm going to punish you for your exchange French. How dare you play such an opening against me? Okay, he's still in the game. I need to get my rook to e8. I've got my pawn back, but I need... Okay, that was the move I was worried about. So I don't want to allow his rook in the game. So I'm just going to play this one. Takes, queen takes here. Okay, he's defended his king nicely now. His king is like sitting there in a nice situation. Nice safe king he's got. Now he wants to play this one, hey? Right. So he's desperate to get the queens off, isn't he? This guy. How can I keep him on, guys? I can't, can I? I have to take him off. Oh, he's going to take with a... Yeah, this is now a bit worse for me because I have to defend, and I don't like defending. So, yeah, this is not good. My pawns are proving to be weak, and he's just gonna pick him up, isn't he? Okay, that's what happens as soon as the queens came off. Exchange bloody French may have done the job. Well, I mean, I'm losing this pawn, whatever. So he's not rushing to take it. Fair enough. And if he takes here, I've got rook b8. So I mean, at the moment, I'm on tenterhooks, holding on to, just a one pawn disadvantage, but I need to get some activity somehow. I can't see how I'm getting activity here. How am I getting activity? I need to get my rook in the position, but how do I get my rook in the position? I can't. So this position is bad. Can I get my rook over here somehow? I have to move my bishop out of the way. Okay, well I can try to get my rook over here. This is the only thing I can think of. Sort of, but I don't like it. His bishops and rook are too strong. And that is a bloody strong pawn as well. Flip. This is horrible now. I'll say horrible. It's completely losing, isn't it? Ah, bishop b5. Okay. Fuck a duck. Poor old duck. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a number of ways you can win here. I mean, how am I going to stop this guy? Well, okay, I can stop it by resigning. That's how you can stop it. Right, well, I think I'm going to call it a day there. I had some alright games. I've got more chess later on. I've got some stuff I need to do. Thank you for watching. A bit of a low sort of key, 5-minute session maybe. And like I said before, I'll be on today. If you get this in top, do watch my stream tonight. It's a rivals match against Grandmaster Nicholas Husenbeff. And that should be very interesting. Starts at 7 PM British Summertime. If you want to support me, please buy the course above. Thank you so much for watching this video. Cheers. Hope you have a great weekend. End of the weekend. Goodbye for now. Catch you all soon. Cheers.